Coach, just start with some general thoughts, then we'll have questions
we
from
didn't
the
play
players.
very well tonight. That's an understatement, but I think the most important thing is that these guys found a way to win the game, and that's a great fighter to have. You don't play well every night. We did some things that were very uncharacteristic of us. We didn't rebound the ball, we really didn't defend, and that's kind of what we've tried to sell to these guys, that you have to bring every night. And we just didn't have the legs and the energy we had tonight. But the positive thing is these guys, this team found a way to win the game, and that's very important. And that's a very important, as I mentioned, it's a very important trait to have as a team. You don't play well, but when you come down to 4 minutes to go in a game, it was a tight game, guys stepped up and made basketball plays to help win the game.
Questions for Tilman and Loop?
Well, you guys have been on the road so much here lately. I think 7 of your last 8 games. How nice was it to get home? But secondly, did you feel it was really important to get a win at home since you've been here so rarely?
The coaches always preach about protecting our home court. So anytime we're back home, we want to win. We don't want to let any team come in here and take our home court advantage. So especially that we've been on the road so much, we just want to come home and hold the fort down. So we first half we didn't play too hard, and it was a little sloppy. So we want to turn up in the second half to make sure we get the win.
James, you seem like a forgotten guy a little bit early in the year, and now you've really had to put together some good games here. What's been the difference for you?
Just confidence with Smoot going through some of the troubles he went through. Coach had me to step in, so I just making the most of my time, just contributing any way possible. And in the offseason, they told me, work on your jump shot. That's something we're going to really need out of you. So I took that to heart. And then just Tilman and the rest of the guys are just finding me wide open, so I just step into it and knock it down. So it's more them helping me out than me.
Yeah. Does it feel good that after you weren't really able to put up much production-wise the first couple of years to be contributing the way you are?
Yeah, definitely. Kind of found my niche, what the team needs out of me. So I've really embraced that and just trying to do all I can to help the team get some wins.
Tell me, you got your 4th foul with 7 minutes left, but it didn't seem to affect your, you're still relentless trying to make plays, and the offense, flowed pretty well there in the last 7 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't want me getting foul trouble to hurt my team in any way. So I just wanted to keep attacking and keep making plays for my teammates. I didn't want to go to the basket too hard because I knew they were looking to draw charges on me. But I still wanted to find a way to help my team win, and I think I did that pretty well.
What did you feel when able to? You had a nice little run there at the end of the game. You guys were able to, it was a tight ball game, could have gone either way, and you all were able to close it out. What did you feel that you all did well offensively, or was it on the defensive end?
Defense more than anything, because stops, our defense turns into our offense. So the more stops we could get, the more we can score on offense. So if we could stop them from scoring, we knew that we could control the game down the stretch.
Y'all made a really nice percentage, both from the field and in the line. Where's that better ball movement coming from? Does a lot of it have to do with Tilman, or what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, definitely Tilman, the rest of the point guards, Brennan, they're moving the ball well, and it's more guys are playing selflessly. Again, the good team shots, not just their shots, because a lot of times we'll have an open shot, make the extra pass as a wide open shot. So it's a lot of that playing unselflessly that's helping us out a lot.
James, talk about what you're facing now. You got exams for the next week, is that right?
Yes, sir.
How long does that go till? Next Monday?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday?
So,
All right. So was that tough to play tonight, being as the exams begin tomorrow?
At least from my part, going through this a couple times, you learn to separate yourself from all the other issues you got going back on, just to kind of focus on basketball for these couple hours. It's definitely a challenge to do, and the young guys will learn how to do it. And then since now the game's over, now it's time to take care of business in the classroom.
Anything else?
What happened to your hand there?
One play I drove to the basket and got fouled. I messed my wrist up and my chin up pretty bad. So, yes, I just want to tough it out and finish the game out. So,
Are you okay?
Nah, I'm good. Just be nice and rest.
All right, guys, thank
Are
you.
you at all concerned with the exams coming up?
Yeah, I mean, we had no juice yesterday. We had no practice on yesterday, Monday. Saturday we came back. Didn't have we didn't have great juice, didn't have, you know, really a lot of energy yesterday. Shooting practice was a little flat today. They were trying to fake through it, but you can tell they just were, their minds were somewhere else, and that's very, very understandable. You know, I thought some guys, you know, rose to the occasion when they had to, and it was important for us to make a couple baskets, get a couple shots. You know, Worth had a big block. You know, it's, the exams are very stressful at any college, and I think here they're a little even more than that. You know, we have until next Tuesday, so we've got, you know, about 8 days of exams, and it's challenging for our guys.
What's gotten into Loupos? He looks completely different.
Well,
from
we're
last
trying to,
year.
you know, it's, you know, we call it pumping his tires. You know, we're trying to, you know, he's done a nice job. I mean, the credit goes to James. He's done a nice job, and we're trying to get him to make that 15-foot open jump shot, and he's been able to do that, and he's just playing with more confidence. You know, quit pump faking the ball. He always pump faked it and tried to do this and that, whatever. Just play the game. And he's been able to do that, and he's been very, very productive for us. He's been very solid. We didn't play much of the zone tonight, but in the zone defense, he's the best communicator in the zone, and really handles the middle for us. So he's done a nice job. He's been very good for us.
Can you talk about Dunbar with a double-double?
Well, yeah, he turned the ball over a little bit, but he created for guys and gets guys shots, and you know, he just comes at you, so he puts pressure on the defense right away, and the defense sinks, and he's able to sink the defense to the baseline, and then we can get hopefully Vetterini and Moore some shots out of transition out of that. So, you know, Till's he's a tough guy to guard, and he'll learn. He'll pick his spots a little bit better. You know, charged into some guys tonight, but that's just a young point guard. You know, it's like a quarterback not thrown away when you're in trouble. He doesn't move on to the next play. He wants to try to, sometimes, as I tell him, he wants to put 10 pounds of potatoes in a 5-pound sack. It just doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes you just got to, like, back it up and wait for the next opportunity.
Seems like more than half your games that could have gone either way last year. Seems like just about every time you had a chance to lose, something happened.
And I think it's a different fiber of a team. They just believe that they can win. You know, and we had some games that we lost this year that we'd like to have back. We'd like to have TCU back. We'd like to have Prairie View back in the tournament. We'd like to have Siena back. We'd like to have a couple of those games back too. Because I think now that we're a little bit older, we could you know, figure some things out and figure out a way to win. So last year's last year. This year, different team, different fiber. We got some guys, you know, like Kendall Nord. He wants the ball. Late game, he'll go to the free throw line and make free throws. That's huge. To have a guy as a freshman who's confident that he can go to the line and make free throws, and that's the difference in the game.
Coach,
Yes,
I apologize if this was already asked, but talk about the job you did on Diamond Starks.
Well, you know, I watched that tape the other day where he came in and had, I don't know, 17 the first half or something against Binghamton maybe. It was a pretty close game, and all of a sudden he came in and bang, 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 bang. So we he got our attention pretty quickly. I think he's a very good player. We just tried to really make him work for every shot. I think he's a good player. He's going to make shots. He made one out of the scramble situation, but we ran different guys at him, different players at him, and just tried to keep him moving without the ball. I think if he can catch and get himself squared up, he's a really good shooter. But if he's on a move, that's a little bit. I'd rather him be on a move than catching and shooting.
You know, you lost Villian Sugars last year, but you know, you have a much younger team, and you're just playing a lot better together. I guess talk about it. Is it really as simple as Dunbar running the point?
Yeah, well, it's a good. You know, you got a quarterback who can put pressure on the defense and who can make other guys better. They got a guard now, so that's important. We had no broken 4 plays last year. Everything had to be grinded out. Now, if we get a transition play, he can make it. And we don't have to. You know, we can get him a ball screen and he can score. He can get somebody else a shot. That's huge. We have a different level of confidence. Our young kids are of confidence. I don't know if we're like this. You know what I mean? We're a together team. Kids like each other. They really help each other on the floor. They talk to one another. They're a good cohesive group now. You know, we got a lot of games to play, but at this point in time, you know, they are they're like that. They're starting to really come together. So I'm happy about that.
Did you feel this was a critical game to win, being
Yeah.
that you had been on the road for so long, and now you're going to have to
Well,
score?
yeah, you point to games that you got to have, and you know this is certainly one. And we had, you know, the game we won at Monmouth we pointed to because we had 3 straight road games. We were at Tulane, then we go to Monmouth, then we go to Mount St. Mary's. That's a huge stretch. You got to get one of those games. You know, we said, hey, this is the game we got to have, and kids found a way to win. We came back tonight. Hey, you got to have this one. We got to have, you know, next Saturday, or not this coming Saturday, the following Saturday, we got Northern Kentucky. You got to have it. I mean, there's certain games that on anybody's schedule that you point to and you say, hey, fellas, we got to, you know, this is the one we got to protect our home court, and we got to win certain games. And other games are, you know, toss-ups, but you got to have these.
I know you have a couple more non-conference games left, you know, but you've seen this team for 12 games. You know, what are your goals for the Patriot League? You obviously have Bucknell, Lehigh at the top.
Yeah, I think those 2 teams are probably talent-wise and older-wise are much, you know, solid maybe than some of us trying to climb the ladder. But I think we can make some baskets. I think that if we make shots from the perimeter, then we can sting anybody in the league. I don't think if we're picked last in the league, and rightfully so. We didn't win any games last year, and no one knew if these kids were any good or not. But I don't think that. I think we're going to come back, and we got several non-conference games left, and these kids are going to come back, and they're going to give us a great effort, and we're going to hopefully win some games in the Patriot League and see where it all shakes out.
I think you have a shot to finish in the upper half of the league.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, that's our. You know, we're going to push them towards it. That's for sure. And I think these kids are competitive enough that they will respond to the challenge.